Well, 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 it's been a minute. If I only knew now, or how's that go? If I only knew then what I know now. I meant to put that in the title, but I forgot to. Quite scruffy these days. Well, I see somebody popped in right away. Welcome aboard. Yeah, let's hope the reception's a little better this go round. Karina, good to see you, young lady. How you doing? My last live didn't go so well, so I'm hoping the connection's a little better. God bless, Johnny. The kids in the house, good to see you, young man. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. How is the signal? My last live was pretty lousy. Karina, you're good. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Always nice to see friendly faces popping in. Been quite a while since I'm 5x5. Right on, kid. Good. Let's hope it stays that way. It gets a little frustrating when the gadget doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, how you been, kid? Eric's in the house. Good to see you, young man. Always a pleasure. Right on. Good to see some familiar faces. The signal is good so far. Right on. Yeah, it was pretty terrible the last go round. As a matter of fact, the last live was 50 minutes long, and for whatever reason, it was edited down to 30. I don't, I don't get how this damn gadget works. But what are you gonna do? We've had a lot of adversity when it comes to YouTube. That's for sure. And thanks again for hitting that button. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, last couple weeks, last couple months, last couple years, it's been quite difficult. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. Be gamer, please subscribe. I'll come over and check out your channel. Yeah, I don't understand how it gets edited down like that either. Yeah, I don't either, young man. I really don't. There's even some stuff in the back where I could see, how many people subscribed in 7 days or 30 days or whatever. And I saw a bunch of videos with a bunch of zeros behind it, like somebody subscribed, but I didn't get the subscription, I guess, for lack of a better way. Please subscribe. All right, I got you, big gamer. I heard you the first time. How you doing? Oh, there's my banner. Eric's hard on the wrench already. Young man, yeah, just another whatever spam BS. Lightning VR, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Yeah, last couple weeks. Hi Johnny, how you been? Michael King's in the house. Long time no see. Um, yeah, the last couple weeks have been tough. My health has been lousy, which makes it hard for me to make a video because it puts me in a mood, and I don't want to come out here and rub that off on you guys. I had to clean 2,500 square feet of flooring. Some painters effed up the past week. Oh man, kid, sorry to hear that. Sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, I felt like that big gamer person was gonna keep doing that spam. Yeah, no worries, Eric. Good looking out, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, the last couple weeks, let me give you guys a rundown. Health has been lousy. Energy's been real low. And for the ones that have been around a while, you know what's going on with me. And that health condition is real up and down. And it messes with me. It messes with my moods, not just my health. And it got me thinking too much about what's happened since I moved here, and replaying the last 3 years in my head and how my intentions were so good, I really wanted to help people. Anybody that's watched me, you know how I am. It's not just charity. It's almost selfish. When I do something nice for somebody, it makes me feel good. And here's a little bit of what happened yesterday. I went, did some grocery shopping, needed to stock up on some supplies, and went to Walmart. And I'm real friendly. Everybody I see, the cash register, she was chatting me up. Somebody in one of the aisles was chatting me up, and smiles and friendly, and it was a good day. And I get home and surrounded by a lot of ugliness. And the property is real beautiful, but the people that live in this little town, I'll never understand what happened to me here. Buying 30 acres with 2 houses, an auto shop, a barn, a pole building, all the stuff I'm always rambling about was so I could share it and start a dog rescue and leave a legacy. I needed somebody to leave all this stuff to. Went out and bought 3 trucks, not including my big Ford. That was 4 trucks and 2 Harleys, so that if I got a homeless veteran here, or an aged out foster child, or just somebody down on their luck that loved dogs and wanted to help me out, they had a car. Not to mention it was kind of setting the hook. I thought, if people could see what I had to offer, it would make it more attractive to get the help I needed. And instead, I end up getting jammed up, tossed in the hoosegow, gave my neighbor one of those trucks because he was kind enough to feed my dogs, so they wouldn't starve to death until I got out of jail. And the way things went with the local PD and the people in this neighborhood got me real upset, got me very angry, got me acting out of character. I don't like getting mad. I don't like getting upset. Had one of the sheriffs tell me how, we know how much you like your YouTube stunts. I don't do YouTube stunts. I don't do this YouTube channel for attention for me. It was nothing more than a commercial for a dog rescue. Hello, sir. Serious question. I got my next door neighbor's wife pregnant. Should I come clean with her husband? Yeah. Follow your conscience, Miguel. I don't know what else to tell you. Was gonna block. Yeah, I'll let it slide for now. How's the signal, by the way? Because I feel like it's troll. Yeah, no, I get it, Eric. But whatever. I'm not going to trip on it. Signal's okay. Cool. Yeah. My stalker just gave me a phone call caller ID blocked, same old shit. It just goes on the list with the rest of them. Henry's in the house. Where I were doing tonight. Oh, I think that's supposed to say, how are we doing tonight? I'm doing okay. Let me get back on point. It does the circles once in a while, but like a split screen. Damn it. Hold on. I know what to do. Maybe this will help. Hold on. Let me know if the circles come back, Eric, and how the signal is, because what'll happen is after this video goes up, it's all chopped up. But I got rid of that guy you blocked. I just got rid of him, kicked him off completely. I don't know if that'll make a difference. I don't know how people are able to jack up the signal from the comment section, but whatever. Shit happens. So, like I was saying, with what's happened since I moved to this little town and what my intentions were, and got real upset and angry, which made things worse for me. And I can see it all now. Hindsight's always 20/20. And it broke my spirit. I've wanted, damn, I hate getting choked up. I've wanted this dog rescue for so long. And it's all I've wanted for so long. I was so obsessed with getting this charity started. And when things started falling apart, it really sent me in a tailspin. And now that it's truly over and my little dogs are gone, just getting through the day is a real bitch for me. It really broke my spirits. My big dreams of starting this charity, I'll be lucky if I can get home. And to be able to get home, there's so much involved. To be able to put this property on the market and people come look at it while I'm still here is a nightmare. So trying to figure out how I can get everything moved back to California so that the house is empty when it's on the market is the right thing to do. But trying to figure out how to do that and make this mortgage payment and then be able to live back in California, it's just, I'm overwhelmed with trying to figure it out. But I have to. Like I've said many times, I don't want to die in this house. And it wears on me. And I enjoy making these videos when I'm in a good mood and chatting it up with you guys. But when life is lousy, coming out here and pissing and moaning, it doesn't do you guys any good, and it doesn't do me any good. I much prefer to come out here in a good mood and cheery and, hey, how's everybody doing? But the last couple weeks were tough. So I just stay away. Like I said, I'm not out here making YouTube stunts for attention. I don't even really, other than interacting with you guys, I really don't even like making YouTube videos. It was just a commercial for the dog rescue. Yeah, I don't want that for you either. I want you safe and healthy. Thank you, Eric. I do too, brother. I do too. And I'm worried. I'm worried. It's lousy. It's really lousy. I'm going to touch base with my real estate agent. I'm going to try to get a hold of him tomorrow, run some stuff by him, see what he thinks. It just wears me out, man. John B's in the house. It is good to see you again. Thank you, John B. It's good to see you too, brother. And thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. I appreciate you. me show you something. I was, Richard Downing's in the house. Hey, good. JohnnyO, respect 100%. Thank you, brother. I was sorting through stuff, trying to get a little bit done every day and organizing and packing whatever I can, and came across photos. This is me and my little brother up in Northern California, Anderson, California, I think, if memory serves. It's hard to see, but look at little tennis shoes. They got holes in them and they're all jacked up. I got some little rain boots on. I was 3.5 and my little brother was 2 years old, 1966. Been looking at this photo, and down here is a little doggy, a black lab. Let me try to see if it'll come in clear. Anyway, being angry as I was and acting out of character and said a lot of shit on this YouTube channel I should have never said because I really didn't mean it. I was angry and lonely and upset and ruined some relationships, you know. Me and my brother don't really talk. A couple text messages here and there, but no conversation, and haven't heard from my daughter in 5 years or more. And I send her a text message every so often, letting her know I'm always thinking about her. But I rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And now when I need help, there isn't any there. And that's my fault. That ain't nobody's fault but mine. And it's hard, man. It's hard. Because if I didn't rub people the wrong way, I'd have a place to go, someone to stay with, someone to help me move and all that kind of stuff. Because at one time I had a lot of friends, you know. And now I'm stuck. Richard, double tap the screen to like the live. It's free and very much appreciated. Thank you, Richard. JJ's in the house. Hey, Johnny, hope all is well and things are in motion for you. I wish they were better, brother. I really do. I don't like whining about all my difficulties in life, but, you know, people can learn from my mistakes. You know, the people that you got in your life, treat them with the love and respect they deserve. Don't do what I did. And if you get angry, just walk away and cool down. Start over. Don't say things in anger that you'll regret later and things you don't really mean. You know, I learned a lot about being broken. Dysregulated, PTSD, you know, all the crap from my childhood, trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I'm a very honest person with myself and other people. It's the only way I know how to be. And I needed to figure out why I was always so angry and why I got angry so easily. Now I know why. And then after the dogs died, it makes it hard for me to get angry now. Things that used to get me upset. When I went grocery shopping yesterday, going down the road, a car pulled out from the side, didn't look, just straight pulled out, had to swerve around this car. You know, back in the day, I'd have been yelling and screaming and doing all this nonsense. And what's the word? Grace. You know, people make mistakes, and you have to have grace. You need to turn the other cheek and forgive them. And don't take life so serious. Especially when it's not important. Taking little things and blowing them out of proportion because you're mad and upset will come back and bite you in the ass, you know? I've done it so many times. And now I live with the consequences. It's shitty. And I'm real worried I won't get out of here. There's so much to figure out, and it overwhelms me at times. And there are people that watch my videos that take great pleasure in my pain. Speaking of which, how's the signal, by the way? Oh, 13. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, when things get slow in the comment section, I get to worrying that the signal went to shit and everything's jacked up again. Crystal clear, JJ's. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. It's a tough world we live in right now. There's a lot of chaos. Everything's real expensive. I couldn't believe how expensive things are, even at Walmart. Whether it's food or vitamins or just basic supplies, everything just seems to keep going up in price. And I can't stop thinking about how good this charity would have been if I could have got it started. Helping little doggies and helping people down on their luck, and we're all helping each other and loving on the dogs. It would have been such a great combination. I mean, you guys that have been around a while, you've seen the property I live on. It's beautiful. There was no snow on the ground until yesterday, and then today I got 5, 6 inches of snow out there. It's such a drag. I can't get outside and get anything done. Signal is still good. Had to take a phone call. Yeah, no worries, Eric. Thank you. Might have to take a bit less to get out of there. Yeah, no. I'm going to talk to my real estate agent. I got some ideas I want to throw at him, and I'm very motivated to get this place sold. But because I got to move back to California, I got to squeeze it for all I can, but I'm not greedy. I just want to go. I'll get whatever I can get, and I just want to get out of here. Division in the country. Cost of living is FUBAR. Yes, sir. People burning Tesla vehicles. Yeah, I know, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Eric. Yeah, man. I just wish I could have gotten my ass out there, kicking myself in the ass over ever getting out there to see you. Yeah, it's all right, dude. It's all right. Yeah, it's been tough. I've been here for 3 years. I've never been so lonely and isolated in my whole life. And when I was a kid growing up in foster homes, I missed my mom and my brothers, but I went to school every day. I had foster parents and foster brothers and sisters, so I wasn't alone. It felt like it sometimes because I was in a house with strangers, but being here isolated, really isolated, going days without talking to nobody, it's hard. It's real hard. And back when I was trying to find people to help, I started messing around in the ex-convict genre on YouTube. And, because broken people are broken people. And my little brother went to San Quentin for a couple years. So, I even tried to go down that road to help an ex-convict. But I'm not an ex-convict, so I wasn't, for lack of a better way to put it, I wasn't welcome in that world. It doesn't matter what I look like. But I haven't been to prison, so, birds of a feather and all that. But I was willing to help anybody down on their luck. As long as their heart was in the right place and they're good people, that's all I cared about. And honest. I can't do people that lie. Because if you can lie, you can steal. You're just a backstabber. I just needed honest people. Oh, Tatanka's in the house. JohnnyO, how you been, man? I've been worried about you. Hope you're doing good, man. I'm hanging in there, brother. I'm hanging in there. Solitary confinement, you know what I'm saying? Johnny's been stuck in the shoe for 3 years, and it's wearing on me. You know, being here alone is really wearing on me, and I got to get out of here. But it's difficult. You know, I need somewhere to stay back in California. I need I need a lot of help right now, and just not there. I'm glad to hear that, man. There you go, Tatanka. Yeah, man. Thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's one day at a time and all that. I get to craving a little a beer, you know, but I know where that'll go. And so alcohol is not on the agenda whatsoever. It's just trying to cope, man. The loneliness is a real bitch. On top of all the drama and all the BS, and wears me out. Not to mention, you know, being sick and not being able to get any help in this town. It just, man, such a drag. Eric, you are so mentally strong, though. Your mental strength amazes me that you just keep going. I wish I had a quarter of what you have. Well, thanks, Eric. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think that a lot of that comes from my childhood. Being the oldest of 3 boys, and mom telling me you're the dad of the house and you got to watch out for me and your brothers. And so being forced to grow up at an early age, and it's just kind of what I do, you know. And but everybody has their breaking point, and I'm pretty broken these days. You don't want to go to the shoe. No, I know, bro. And I'm not trying to compare either. Terrible Tommy Stovlin was the most, yeah, in America just got a new puppy. Oh, yeah, I know. I caught a little bit of your puppy in one of your videos. And I need to come over to your spot and check it out. I'm glad you got a dog, brother. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. But to bring a dog into my house right now while I got all this going on, it wouldn't be right. But I crave a dog more than I crave a shot and a beer, that's for sure. Things settling out for you. You need 2-wheel vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to get on a bike. I got 6 inches of snow out there right now, but I'm not riding no bikes up here. I'll wait till I get home. I still need to sell off two of those trucks. Might get rid of one of the Harleys too. I don't know yet. I got a couple ideas how to get my stuff back home, and it's just too much on the brain, man. JJ's, that is a good idea. I just got my pressure relief valve on my front cylinder. Yeah, there you go, Tatanka. Yeah, 2-wheel therapy. I couldn't agree more. I wish I get back to Cali, I'll be doing some riding for sure. Been using the workout equipment? No. I haven't had the energy, man. This parasite issue I got, my energy is this constant up and down. And lately I've been really feeling lousy. And I don't even know if that's my only issue right now. To be honest, I just don't feel healthy and I really need to get to a doctor I can trust. Tatanka, is there a man? It's hard. It's hard. The kids left. We had the empty nest. Yeah. And then the dog died. Yeah, for sure, man. And I'm glad you got another one, Tatanka. Oh, thanks again, you guys, for popping by. I appreciate you, man. You always lift my spirits. It's been a little rough and real worn out and worn down. Quit using vegetable oil. Use lard. It helps my stomach. There you go. There you go, kid. And you got my number, Johnny. Yeah, no, thanks, Tatanka. I do, brother. I just, when I get feeling like this, I don't like making videos and I don't like calling people and pissing and moaning in their ear. I don't. I'm stoic that way. I just soon keep it to myself than come out here and complain. But Airman left a comment on that last video talking about it's been a while. And I know I got a handful of you good folks out there that follow and worry. So I was like, man, I just had to push myself and make one tonight. Let you guys know I'm still alive and kicking and fighting a good fight and going to do everything I can to get back to California and make some happy videos, some fun videos, get some dogs, start my own little dog rescue one-man show, you know, like I was saying at the beginning of this. If I only knew back then what I knew now, I would have never left California. I would have found some little beat up place up in the foothills that needed a lot of work and saved money until I could afford it, and would have moved from that mobile home park into some little beat up house and would have stayed in California and just did it by myself. But I had big plans. I wanted to help 10 people and 100 dogs. And I couldn't, there was no way I could do that in California. And then moving up here, 30 acres with 2 houses for 300 grand, I couldn't have done that in Cali. And I was committed to this plan, and moving here by myself, I wasn't scared. I was just like, I'm going to do this thing. But now, 3 years later, and everything that's happened, it was such a mistake, man. I should have just stayed home. Eric, I totally understand the feeling. I feel the same way. I'm glad that you came out tonight to talk a little bit. Yeah, for sure, Eric. Thank you, man. Let us know how you're doing. Yeah, for sure. Tatanka, I don't care what time it is, 24/7, 7 days a week. Thank you. Thank you, Tatanka. If I get really in need of leaning on somebody, I'll call you for sure, bro. And same thing for you, Eric. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your friendship very much. How's the signal? I just saw the view count drop to 0, so that tells me somebody's fucking around. Everybody needs somebody to talk to, but I can relate. When I get moods, I try not to be around other people. Yeah, yeah. How's the signal, Eric? The signal is really good. Okay, cool. Yeah, when I see the view count drop all the way down to 0, and I know you guys are there, it looks good on this side. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't get the gadget and the fun and games. I can just see the scorecard. And if you go watch my last live, it's for shit. It's all chopped up and garbly and it's terrible. Or maybe the count is delayed. Yeah, I don't know. It's just bizarre. There was 10 people there, then it went straight to 0. And now it says 2. And I know there's more than 2 of you out there watching, so who knows, man. As long as I see comments coming in, I'll stick around. But I know at the end of my last live, the last 20 minutes that disappeared, there wasn't anybody really talking down there. So now I know why. But what are you going to do? I just jump around and to say hello. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you, man. Thanks again, guys. I know Henry. Yeah, I know you feel I lost one of my chihuahuas a couple of weeks ago, and I'd to like to tear my heart out. Yeah, I'm sorry, Henry. Nothing, I don't want to say nothing, but losing my dogs was one of the most painful things I've ever been through in my life. Hands down. Hands down. Losing my baby brother Paul, same thing. Tore my heart out. But I was so close to my dog, little Kimba especially, man. She slept in my bed for 12 years, saw me through some of the hardest times of my life. And when she passed away, it broke something in me that I can't even put into words. Tatanka, it's coming good, the video feed for me. Okay, cool, Tatanka, right on. Looks like one of our kids that's uh, God on God honest truth. Yeah, no, for sure. Anybody that has a big heart and you love a dog, really, really love a dog, you love them as much as you love your kids. You do. Just because you don't share DNA with your dog doesn't mean you don't love them just as much as you do your own children. There's no doubt about it, man. Jesse, saxophone player in my band, just died. He was fighting cancer for quite some time and it finally took his life. Gonna miss him and his good playing. Rest in peace. There you go. Rest in peace, Mark. Sorry for your loss, Jesse. I've dealt with a lot of grief in my life, in more ways than one. But being here alone and isolated and going through losing my dogs and this dream of mine to start this charity, if I can get back home, I'm a new man, a different man. Like I said, I don't get angry like I used to anymore. And I realize just how important the small things in life are, you know? Man, I miss having a dog in my touch. I wish I never moved here. Really screwed things up. And then I think about my dogs and what they went through moving here and what they went through at the end of their lives. It crushes me how badly I blew it by moving to this town. And I got a bunch of old videos and stuff on the gadget when my dogs were here, and I tried to watch some of that stuff, and it just wrecked me. Absolutely wrecked me. Because watching the dogs in old videos, it's like they're alive. And then I start looking around for them. I get, I watched a couple of their old videos and I got lost in it and watching them so closely and playing and having a good time and our back and forth. And it felt like they were here. I gotta stop. I get talking like that, I'll be blubbering idiot. Eric, I'm so mad for you, though, that you moved there. Everything should have been great. No, I get it, Eric. It should have been great. And sad, very sad and disappointed in Joy too, because I also liked her. Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened with her. I honestly don't know. You know, I just think it's part of the dynamics in this town. She was afraid. And looking back, I was getting trolled when I still lived in California. And something tells me there were people from this town that were trolling me even back then because they were probably following her and then, whatever. I don't know. It's water under the bridge now. Henry, I really feel what you're saying. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that, man. Righteous anger is okay. Unchecked anger is cancer to the soul. Very well said, Jesse. Absolutely. I relate to you, Johnny. And I too am changing, man. I'm sorry everything is so effed up in that town you moved to. I pray you remain strong. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Gang stalking is a very real thing. Yeah. No, tell me about it. And that's a great word for it because it's several people. Several people. This town doesn't even have 4,000 people in it. This piece of property that I purchased, probably the biggest family in this town, this property was in their family. And the grief and the things that happened, the specific things that had happened, tells me how many people have been busting my chops since I've been here. And I really thought I was going to have help. I really thought there would be somebody, an honest person in law enforcement or an honest person in this town that knows exactly what happened would step up because it was the right thing to do. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I came here to start a charity. Trouble came to me in more ways than one. And I really had high hopes that there was an honest cop. And I made several phone calls to law enforcement outside of this town and got nowhere. Tried to hire an attorney to help me with this mess. They wouldn't touch me. Conflict of interest. I heard that several times. And then the one attorney that successfully sued the sheriff's department for a wrongful death because somebody died in their jail of starvation and dehydration, he said he wouldn't go through that again. So I couldn't get help. I really tried hard. I really thought somehow, some way, somebody would listen and look at the evidence and look at the facts of what happened here, and I'd have all the help I needed. Because even after things went sideways, I had no intention of leaving. Now I can't wait to leave. I just pray that I get out of here in one piece. I really do. People leaving, stalkers leaving things on my driveway. Crank called me in the middle of this live when I first got started. Caller ID blocked. I got another one. That makes number 14. 14 crank phone calls from the same person. Somebody who said something about watching out for his family in one of his voicemails that he crank called on my phone. So he admitted to being one of the family members, the same guy that admitted to being hanging out with those people. And then recently I talked to somebody local, I'm not going to say who it was, and they were telling me about a town that's not far from here, and the whole town is full of those people. The ones, I'm not even going to say the word. Anyway. So, Jesse talking about gang stalking, there's no doubt about it. And it's just so bizarre to me. I'm not a bad person. I didn't come here with ill intent. I didn't go out looking for trouble in town, go drinking in the bars and starting fist fights and all that kind of stuff. I didn't do anything wrong other than move to the wrong piece of property. I don't get it, man. I would have been an asset to this town. And when there were trespassers back before that property next door was purchased, and there were people coming in and out of there, and there was some dude over there digging through stuff and walking on my property, not just that property, but he trespassed on my property, and I called the sheriff. You know, I had no idea what I was up against. No idea. There was no way I could. And like you said, Eric, why Joy did what she did, she should have gave me a heads up. But she didn't. What are you going to do? Let me see, Eric. The internet is a real scary place, and you'd never even really think it that people can stalk you from a totally different state. Yeah, absolutely. Remember when that chick showed up out in front of my house? She said she was from Compton. She was calling me for a while too. Unreal. And, you know, I don't live in fear. I'm not a scary person. And people on the internet don't scare me. But the sad reality is there's a lot of fucked up people in the world that do some really lousy shit. And I was naive, real naive, especially when it comes to YouTube, trolls and all that stuff. It's sad that there's such ugly people in the world and they like to fuck with somebody who's trying to do charity. I was ready to open my home to complete strangers and help them out because they were down on their luck, man. And instead, I just got thrown under the bus so bad, man. Yeah, she should have given you a heads up. Yeah, no, I agree, Eric. She should have done a lot of things, man. I mean, I did Bible study with that lady. I really thought she was a good person, man. I really did. And she probably is a good person. You know, why she did what she did, I have no idea. So I'm not going to cast any aspersions in her direction. But, you know, she's the reason I found this town. I didn't move here because of her, because she quit calling. Oddly enough, I tried to buy this property, and because my house didn't sell, I didn't end up buying it till a year later. And that's basically when Joy backed off, if memory serves. Because when I got here, she didn't even know I was coming because we didn't talk on the phone and we weren't doing Bible study no more. We didn't talk for a long time. But when I got here, she should have clued me in. She should have gave me a heads up on the dynamics in this little town and warned me about what was clearly going on here. Because I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she knows. There's no way. It's, everybody in this town knows everybody. I have no doubt. And even her husband works at the youth detention facility. And, you know, I talked about finding foster kids that were aged out. Well, if you're in the youth detention facility until you turn 18 years old and then you get kicked out, which is pretty common because now you're an adult and for whatever reason you end up in there shoplifting or something, and then they put you out on the street. And I thought her husband could help me find some youngsters that I could help me with the dogs, give them a place to stay, the same thing, just like an aged out foster child. But it's incredible to me. The outcome of what it was I was trying to do and where it ended up from where I started from, it absolutely blows my mind. Blows my mind. Jesse, the unfortunate thing of gang stalking is that it may many times link to the government involvement. Oftentimes there's no explanation as to why any give victims is targeted. Yeah, I try not to think too much about, I mean, what's going on with me is small town politics. I don't think it's got anything to do with the government, but I know what you're saying. I've seen plenty of stuff on YouTube about all that nonsense. Somebody out here a while back said something about Havana syndrome, and I looked that up, and pretty wild what people do. And like I said, man, I don't really care. I mean, my intention was just to have a little charity, stay on the property, take care of the dogs, help some people out, live out my time watching dogs run around, and then when I died, their names would be on the paperwork, you know, the charity, the foundation, philanthropy, so that they would inherit everything and keep it going. So when I die, I'm looking down from heaven and I could see all the dogs and the people that I helped running amok. I think that's a beautiful thing, to want to give back, help the less fortunate. I wanted to be a social worker. I couldn't read. So there was no college degree, there was no way I could be a social worker. But I saw what foster children went through in the system. I had a social worker tell me my mom was dead, and she wasn't. My mom was trying to get her shit together, and she had a nervous breakdown. As the date got closer that I was due to move home, the pressure got to mom, and she flipped out, and so I couldn't move back home. So my social worker had the bright idea to tell me that my mom died so that I could get over her and get over the thought of ever moving back home because my mom would never get her shit together. Well, that social worker got fired. She lost her job because of what she did, because I had another social worker had to come and say my mom wasn't dead and try to explain to me why that lady told me what she told me. I was just a little kid. Some social worker tells me my mom was dead, and she wasn't. That's why I wanted to be a social worker. Long before the dog rescue thing, I wanted to be a social worker. That was my dream job as a little kid. I couldn't wait to turn 18 and figure it out, but the reading, there was no way. And then I had to grind out a paycheck. I tried to join the military. I wanted to join the military because I knew they could teach me a career. I scored high on the ASVAB test for mechanical aptitude, but my reading score kept me out because I didn't have the diploma. And then eventually I got my GED, or no, I got a diploma from a continuation school. It's not a GED, it's an actual high school diploma. But by that time I was already working and I wasn't going to join the military. I had a job. I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. But my whole life I grinded, you know, flinging newspapers at 12, working at a car wash at 15 to save money to buy my own car. Played by the rules my whole life. Didn't get in trouble with the law until I moved here at the age of 60. Because of this town, not because of me. It's just, fuck, man. It's just so incredible. You know, when I replay all this shit in my head, everything that's happened to me since I moved here and all this crap, It's absolutely incredible to me that still at this part of my life, I'm still struggling, you know? Try to let that go. I don't want to sit out here and piss in your ear. Marilyn Yard, been a long time. Good to see you, young man. Hey, bro, I send my love to you. I had a rough day. I'm living in a house, paying rent close to where I can work because my wife and kids are at my grandparents' house. I'm struggling being away from my family. Well, you hang in there, brother. Hopefully, you can get your family with you where you're at and things will get on track, man. Sounds like you're trying to get it together. Good for you, brother. Henry, hopefully you get back home and get it all going back the right way again. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate those kind words, man. I really do. Thank you. Yeah, I sure hope so, dude. It's not over yet. I'm going to fight all the way to the grave. Giving up is not an option. It's just my health is lousy. I'm 62 years old. I got a lot on my plate and a lot to figure out to get back home, and I'm going to do everything I can to get home and save a half dozen dogs on my own. Live out my days, get back to a hospital. I know a couple good hospitals back in the Bay that I've already been to that I have history with that can take care of me and get me healthy again. I'm very confident of that. As long as I don't have some cancer or some shit eating me up on the inside that I don't know about. I still got this aneurysm on my aorta that if it pops, I'm toast. But I'm gonna fight the good fight till there's nothing left. Believe me. The kid, I'd start using the weights. You need the energy to move. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. And I've been thinking a lot about it, man. I just mentally, I've been depressed. You know, I'm not a depressed kind of person. My mom and my baby brother Paul were depressed. I've never had issues with that. But lately, it's probably the best way to describe it. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm worn out. Joker, holy shit. Good to see you. I got my replacement heart valve on the 20th of March. Well, good, dude. I'm glad to see you pulled through. That sounds like some scary surgery, man. So good to see you, cousin. So good to see you. I'm glad it went well. I wish you a speedy recovery. And be sure to tell your sister I said hi and that I'm sorry for being an asshole. I rubbed her the wrong way. I said something I shouldn't have said, and I ain't heard from her since. They found I have a something aneurysm too. Mine is still very small, 4 centimeters. Yeah, they told me mine was small to medium, an aneurysm on my aorta. Aortic. Oh, I guess you got the same thing. Maybe it runs in the family. Shit. They told me mine was small to medium and that they were just going to monitor it, but that was quite a while ago. And like I said, until I can get back home and get to a hospital that I trust, man, I have no idea what my health condition is. I just know I feel like dog shit and I need to get back home, get healthy, get me a couple of doggies and live out my old days in peace and quiet. No more drama. And I know what's waiting for me in California. How big is it? A CT scan can measure that for you. They probably told me, I don't remember how big it is. They said small to medium, whatever that means. But they said it was a high risk surgery and that they were just going to monitor it. But I don't know, dude. And the fact that I've been through so much stress. In fact, when they took me to jail the second time, I told the cop, take me to the hospital, dude. The reason I missed court and they arrested me for failure to appear the second time was because of this aneurysm. I just got diagnosed with it the day before and I missed that court date. And they came here deep, 3 cars, 5 cops, and felony arrest and sat on my back and all that crazy shit. So, far as I know, that thing could have gotten bigger from just the crap I've been through since I've been here. I really don't know. I don't know. The one thing I know is if it pops, it'll happen quick. But the fact that they found one on you and I got the same thing, got to make me wonder if it's hereditary. You should see a doctor. Yeah, I know, brother. I know, Joker. And as soon as I can get back to California, I will. I got no help here in this town. You know I'm infected with a parasite. I took a bunch of them down, but in some of my old videos, I was down to 153 pounds. I'm 190 pounds because I've been taking that ivermectin. And I don't know what that stuff will do to me. Message held for review. They said my penis is... I'll show that one. Now you got me laughing. Henry, it's not good. Yeah, I know, Henry. I know. I know. Believe me, I got a lot of things weighing on my mind. That's why I say I don't want to die in this house, man. I need to get back home. And even if I could get back home temporarily just to get into a hospital out there, believe me, I got a lot on my plate. I'm trying to work out a way to get back home, go see a doctor back home even before I get this property up for sale. Like I said, I don't want to die in this house. That's why I have a carpal tunnel. Once a comedian, always a comedian, Joker. I love you, cousin. And like I said, be sure to tell your sister I said hi and I'm sorry. Eric, he's laughing. Yeah, that's my cousin I met through Ancestry. He does a little stand-up. He's pretty funny. Go check out his YouTube channel. Joker, I will. Thanks, brother. Had to give you a wrench, Joker. Your family. Man. Life. I got so many damn stories. It's incredible to me what one man can go through in one lifetime. I definitely will. Yeah, go check out his channel. I don't know how much he still got up there, but he had some of his stand-up up there at one time. He's good people. I'm glad you stopped by, Joker. Thanks again, you guys, for hitting the button. We're up to 16. Woo-hoo. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to 20. Oh, I've been on here for an hour. How's the signal? Has it held up? Any more circles? Say 17 on mine. Signal has been good, brother. Thank you, Eric. Right on. Oh, now I see 18. Boo-boo. 2 more to go. Get to the big 20. This poor YouTube channel. YouTube has put me in the doghouse for good. I'll never get into circulation, which is okay with me. Like I said, I never planned a career with a YouTube channel. And Meeting a handful of you good folks, that's more than enough for me. And when I get back home, I'll keep doing this, and the channel will stay small, I'm sure, but the videos will be a whole lot better than this nonsense you're watching tonight. So far, it's still doing good. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate you. Right on, man. Right on. Joker. I paused some of my best stuff stand up because I made fun of the girl I was seeing and she got so mad at me. Oh, that's right. That's right. Now I remember. Some people just don't have a sense of humor. Mm, yeah. That's another thing that worries me. I've been taking that ivermectin for 8 months, at least. And I'm afraid to stop taking it because I stopped taking it a couple times and I started feeling shitty again. And it's the only thing that's kind of helped, but it didn't cure it. It just, oh man, it's just crazy to me, the crap I've been through. It's funny because it's true. There you go, Joker. Oh, yeah. Nothing more sad, nothing more funny than real life. You can make up jokes all you want. It's the real shit that's the real shit. Whether it's funny or sad, it's always the real stuff that has the biggest impact. Eric, I'm amazed what they can do to an account with shadow banding. Yep, there you go. And not waiting to push content. Yeah, it's worse than that. Like I said, in the background, I can see where all the people, it'll show a video and then it'll say you got 1 subscriber on that video, you got 3 subscribers on that video, you got 5 subscribers on that video. And then it would show a video and a zero, a video and a zero, a video and a zero. Why would you even show the video if there was nobody subscribed to it? So for whatever reason, it logs a zero. So my subscriptions are even being shadow banned. Trust me, I've seen the statistics in the back, just like a video that's 50 minutes long and it's edited down to 30. So when it comes to the BS on YouTube, Johnny gets it all. There you go, Joker. Capital Currency's in the house. Good to see you, homeboy. Fist bump. Thanks again. We're at 19. We're almost there. I try to hang out until I can get to 20 at least. Crazy. My crazy life. You can't make it up. It's unfortunate somebody in this town didn't step up. I really thought somebody would have the balls to stand up for this old man and right the wrongs or something, an honest cop. I know I saw it on the face of a handful of sheriffs. They were decent people. Not all of them were shitheads. There were a few of them that were good people. And, you know, not too many people will put their neck on the line for somebody else. And I get that. But what happened to me here is criminal. It really is. And there was no reason for it. No reason. I reacted poorly, and I regret that deeply. I let my temper get the best of me. And this whole thing they call being dysregulated, right? With this lousy PTSD, and you get spun out and angry. I see it now. I understand it now. And I'm very grateful that the one good thing that came out of my dogs dying was my angry side really, really, really dropped way off. forced to see things for what they really were, and the role I played in making my life a whole lot more miserable than it was because I was so mad. And I've had a thing about justice and injustice my whole life, and sticking up for the weak, the bully slayer in elementary school and all that stuff. And I'm sure everybody out there has known somebody who will stick their nose where it don't belong to stick up for somebody who can't stick up for themselves. I'm not the only one that has that in them. Maybe somebody small town don't like outsiders. I don't know why, but someone did. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Henry. But I was naive. I didn't know how a small town works. I never been to Wisconsin before. You know, these people, I had no idea how entrenched they are in this neck of the woods. The person I talked to was telling me about a town that's not far from here, and he said this town was settled by Germans and that the whole town is full of these people. And if you get on your gadget, you go on YouTube and you punch in these people in Wisconsin, they hold rallies up here. I didn't even think that was legal. But, freedom of speech and all that, you can do whatever you want. This ain't the environment for a guy like me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a hater. Wifey was half black. My daughter's half Filipino. I'm not prejudiced, never have been. Mom didn't raise us that way. Being a hater is learned behavior, and mom didn't teach us to be a hater. But folks up this way, they can hate a complete stranger, somebody they've never met. It boggles my mind how you can hate somebody you don't even know for whatever reason. And it's not just people from this town. The world's full of it. People hate people every day, people they don't know. Look at all that shit with the Tesla cars, vandalizing Tesla cars, right? Hating on somebody they don't know, so they'll take it out on their car. What kind of bullshit is that? Unreal. Mm. The one thing I know for sure, if I make it back to California, you guys will see a lot of great videos. Doggies and little projects and building little doggy apartments and going for rides on the Harley. I'll figure out how to work a GoPro and go for rides on the Harley through the foothills. And there'll be a lot of cool footage on this YouTube channel I get back home. What's funny is this: liberals are destroying other liberals' Teslas. Yeah, I know, dude. It is, right? They're all about having an electric car as long as it's not made by Tesla because he works for Trump. It's just, this whole world is a shit show. They are working themselves into a frenzy. Yeah, I agree, Joker. Yeah, it's crazy. The liberals have lost their mind. There's no two ways about it. Not all of them, but, I grew up with hippies. Mom used to hang out with hippies. Peace, joy, and love, right? That was a liberal back then. Liberals today aren't the liberals of yesterday. We live in bizarro world, man. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a liberal, I'm not a conservative. I'm a human being, right? I'm just a man trying to start a charity. The extreme woke ones have lost their minds, and they are, yeah, I agree, Eric. Absolutely. They are the same. Yeah. They are so asleep. Yep, yep, yep. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely bananas to me. The country's tearing itself in half. We should be working together. Agree to disagree. Get the waste out of the government. What Elon Musk is trying to do with the government, the amount of money that this government wastes and doesn't help the homeless, doesn't help the foster children, doesn't help the veterans. It's sad. People like Gavin Newsom and all the rest of them, such waste. Where's the charity? Where's the love? Where's the love, y'all? What group was that? You know the song, Where's the Love, y'all? It's corruption more than waste. Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right, Joker. Is it the Black Eyed Peas? Yeah, the Black Eyed Peas. Where's the love, y'all? That song says it all right there, man. Where's the love, y'all? Black, white, and brown singing that song together. Where's the love, y'all? Where's the love, y'all? Makes me want to cry. You know, I got a lot of fight left in me to get back home, but I look forward to leaving this world for good. Hopefully, I got plenty of years left and a lot of good doggies to save, but I don't like this world we live in. I really don't. I'm quite happy staying home. If I had help and I had dogs and I had my little doggy rescue, I would never leave the property. You need live music. There you go. There you go. ban. Let me try to say this. Banana, banana boy. Sorry, man, I don't read so good. How you doing, banana boy? Welcome aboard. And thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. Appreciate you. Double tapping the screen and all that. Very much appreciated. Yeah. Where's the love, y'all? Now I got that song stuck in my head. I love that tune. You think about when that tune came out, it was back in the 90s, I think, late 90s, early 2000. What a different world it was. What a different world it was back then. Politicians and corruption have ruined this country, man. Going all the way back to 9/11, what happened when Bush was in office, and then Clinton, Obama, and the babbling idiot that was just in office. This country has gone downhill, 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 downhill. My heart goes out to the younger generation. The world that they've inherited is a shitty place. And when you think about all the technology that's in the world, how much good you could do with all this technology, and how it's been twisted and abused for the worse, not for the better. They're trying to take over the world. Yeah, no kidding, Joker. No doubt about it, man. It's unfortunate. It doesn't make any sense to me. So much good could come from the wealth that's wasted on war and division If that money was put to good use, what a different world we'd have. Education and doctors and help for the less fortunate, foster kids and homeless people and veterans. Nobody would want for anything. When you listen to the amount of money that you hear Elon Musk talking about that's wasted in the government, if that money made it to the streets, everybody would have plenty of food and shelter. There would be no homeless people, man. U.S. aid was given the World Economic Forum 56 million a year. Yeah, no doubt, Joker, no doubt. Finally at 20, yeah. Yep, yep. Oh. I can only imagine what things are going to look like in 10 years. If something drastic doesn't start to take place for the better and things continue on the path it's on, we'll be looking at WW3. You watch. China, Russia, this, that, and the other thing, the Middle East, the Jews, the Muslims, the Christians all killing each other because of religion and greed, power. I don't get it, man. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I don't even think they do that in school anymore. They were trying to make the Ukraine, yeah, WW3, we got lucky. Yeah, you're right about that, brother. You're right about that, but it's not over yet, man. I think China is the biggest threat for World War III. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's sad. And like I said, there's no excuse for it. I don't get why people don't see through the smoke and mirrors and just do the right thing. China definitely the biggest threat, not Russia. Yeah, I agree. China is a lot more powerful than most people think. You know, if you think about the United States, the only reason we got as powerful as we did was because of World War II, and we had manufacturing. We built cars, we built TVs, we made clothes, we did everything. And people from all over the world bought our products. That's how we got to be so rich and powerful. We don't do that no more. China does that now. China makes everything. China gets all the money now because they sell everything. So don't be surprised we end up in a war with those guys. They are Joker. They're still the bankruptcy and tax-free foundation. They're still the bank. There you go, Joker. Sorry, man, I ain't reading that so good. Eric, maybe if Biden was still president, Russia would be a threat because Biden was weak. Yeah, he was the ultimate puppet. Yeah, yeah. Well, Russia wasn't about to bite the hand that feeds him. You know, what Biden and his kid were doing to help Russia, and then all that nonsense. Now the truth comes out about the laptop and all the rest of it, right? Not to mention what that idiot did, passing out all those pardons so nobody could get arrested or charged with anything. It's just unreal, man. The stuff that politicians get away with is incredible to me. There is no justice in this world. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It is. It's absolutely bananas to me how things have gotten so bad on so many different fronts. That's why I say I can't wait to see what happens in 10 years if I'm still here. The pardons were found to be invalid. Were found to be invalid. Well, I sure hope so, man. You know, I sure hope so. Just like Fauci and all the nonsense he was spewing everywhere. You know, when you think about the booger, all that nonsense, auto open. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see what Trump can do. You know, he put some pretty who he's got running the FBI now, who he's got running the military, who he's got in charge of the money. He's got some good people in place to make some big differences, but the problem is it's the people that are already working for those agencies. Are they actually going to be able to do anything, you know? Auto pin. Oh, there you go. Yeah, kid. I hear you. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's hard to believe. It's absolutely just mind boggling, all the corruption. Biden wasn't even in DC to sign the pardons, and someone else used the auto pin. Ah, there you go. Man, once again, man, it's hard to believe all the bullshit. It really is. It's mind boggling. Well, guys, it's almost 9 o'clock. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm trying to keep my weight up, so I need to get after some dinner. But I wanted to say thank you very much to each and every one of you for coming out here. I appreciate you a great deal. You helped this old man get through the day, and I'm going to be trying to get more regular, push myself to come out here on a more regular basis. It's good for me, and I love you guys. I really do. And do me a favor, when you go through your day, a kind act for a stranger. We can't do nothing about the government. I don't care who you vote for. It doesn't do any good. But what you can do is hold the door open at the grocery store. Pull over and help that old man change his tire. Be nice, be polite, be friendly. When you go to the coffee shop, you're going to walk past at least 2 or 3 homeless people. Grab an extra donut and a cup of coffee and hand it to somebody and say you care. That's what we can do. As decent human beings, we can make a difference in our own little circles. Someone else will see you do that and it'll plant a seed. And then maybe they'll do it. You know, monkey see, monkey do. A kind act for a stranger makes the world go round. All right, let me get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you, Eric. Call me anytime. Thank you, cousin, for popping in. Henry, all the rest of you, everybody out there, Joker, the kid, uh, 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 Capital Currency, Henry, Karina was in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all you guys. I love you and I appreciate you a great deal. And hopefully soon I can start making some good videos for a change. Have a great evening. Johnny loves you. Peace.